let's play.
So, for the sake of moving forward, I've taken over the controller and...
A wise move. A wise move, sir.
And I'll say it again, in defense of David, who's not a console gamer...
I can't use a controller for shit.
Can't.
That's really the can't.
But this game's also pretty damn bad all
I don't
by
know.
itself.
I'm having a good time. I was having a good time till Charlie wrested the controller away from me violently and in a manner that was none too mannerly.
So, which origin story of Xenomorphs do you subscribe to?
Ooh, the one that they were created or one that they just are out there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, which stories have you heard?
The ones I've heard are the ones that basically boil down to the non-canon ones I've heard at least are there's a species out that used to invade worlds, and the way they do that was they would just drop a bunch of facehuggers on a planet, let them kill everything, then essentially there's some chemical the xenomorphs couldn't stand, spray the atmosphere with that, let it kill the xenomorphs, then move into a now vacant, totally usable planet. And then, because the xenomorphs are the xenomorphs, they became immune to the chemical that they used to use to kill them.
So they're a bioweapon.
Yeah, they were developed as a weapon. It's why they are the way they are.
Ah, very intriguing.
Like, there's no way they could naturally occur in
They could
nature.
never naturally evolve. And if they did naturally evolve, how would they?
Yeah,
like, they would have
what
to be
climate-
some sort of... What climate, what planet, they would destroy everything
Well,
around.
that's the point. It's like, and then how would they get off that planet? Like, they would essentially consume that planet to the point where it's like,
there's nothing to do.
Go there.
Right, exactly. Well, if they can live in space, though...
But how would they get to space?
How would they get to
first
space?
place?
Exactly.
They're not smart enough to develop space travel to spread themselves. Yeah. Because there's also the idea that the predators used to hunt them for the hell of it.
Oh, that's right. But were aliens developed before Predator?
So here's
they were never designed.
Okay,
we're making this up. They were a scary creature that was made for a movie, and that's it.
Well, so and here's the thing. There's a theory that, you know how the predators have the crazy face things?
Oh, yeah.
They're to prevent face huggers from attaching.
Totally.
So, and the idea is that their home planet's one that gets infested by aliens eventually, which is why they have the evolutionary trait to fend off facehuggers, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But that's apparently not canon, I guess, or something. Where the fuck do I go? It's in there.
I have to wonder where they came up with the idea of aliens versus Predator.
Well,
because they're just these ultimate
an alien
aliens
head
that were made.
shows up in Predator 2 in the ship.
Wait, what?
An alien skull.
According to...
It's in the movie. It's a scenic dressing. It's a prop in the movie. There's an alien head in the ship.
So somebody was like, oh, that's just really cool. We should put that in there.
Well, it kind of makes too much sense. It's obviously the same world.
Oh,
God damn it.
Oh, damn it.
Please don't let that checkpoint all the way back at that area
Please
be the checkpoint.
don't. Please don't checkpoint-ish. You know, it's going to be like Super Meat Boy. We can play these all in little... You can put them in little tiled windows, and we can play them all together at the same time. And then you can
son of a bitch!
Oh!
If you let Charlie and David play Aliens Colonial Marines, they're not going to enjoy it.
They're not going to enjoy it, but they'll want to talk about it. And when they want to talk about it, they won't pay enough attention.
Well, so that's the best thing.
And when they don't pay enough attention, they'll die.
Well, so that's the worst thing. I've been getting really big into, like, things I don't enjoy watching or don't enjoy playing lately.
Well, but that's what I do too. I watch bad movies.
No, but like I watched this show called Sword Art Online. I've talked about a couple things now. The first season's like, okay, it's acceptable. It's my favorite idea for media out there, which is people stuck in a video game, and either they're like totally aware of what's going on, or it's the what the fuck, how do I escape kind of situation. If I die in here, I die.
What is that? I've never even heard of this.
You ever have Dot Hack Sign or anything like that?
No, I've heard of it. I've never really watched it though.
Well, it's a big thing in anime. Yes, I watch anime.
Well, me too.
There's a couple shows out there that are based on the idea of they make these giant MMO video games with VR headsets, and people start getting stuck in the games. And depending on the show, the rule is if you die in the game, you die in real life, or in some cases, you never existed in real life, but you only exist in the game, or stranger, the game has chosen you some kind of bizarre messiah, and it won't let you out, but you have to do something for the game to let you out.
You mean a messiah in anime? You don't say.
Yeah.
Oh,
there it is.
Oh, right in the kisser.
Yeah.
I mean, he really does have kind of a vicious kisser.
He does. It's a double mouth.
I met a girl like that at Burning Man, actually. It was
A
horrifying.
double mouth?
She had a vicious kisser. It was terrifying.
Well, so, anyway.
Anyway.
So the idea behind this game is it's super, super, super immersive, and to add to that, you put on this VR headset, which...
You mean like an Oculus Rift?
Yeah, but not sucky. This is not a murder hallway or anything.
Casevac?
Can I close the door? For that? I wanted to close that for that exact reason.
Now, I need to ask the question again. Where are we going to start?
Yeah, I'm betting back at that hallway.
And...
Yep. Fucking Groundhog Day up in this bitch.
On your right.
These are the nastiest groundhogs I've ever found. These are the groundhogs of nightmares.
So anyway, Sword Art Online.
Okay, so Sword Art Online.
So the first season's like it's appropriately it's best idea ever.
Take that.
Next to the cargo bay.
Nah, so the first season's appropriately like if you die in the game, you die in real life, the mental quandaries that go with it. Like the first half of the season is literally people like freaking the hell out appropriately. People commit suicide, people just getting like realize like I can murder people in this game and no one will know it kind of thing. Like people get horrible as you'd expect. And it's pretty good. The ending's not so great. It's got some Messiah complex bullshit going on, blah, blah, blah. Turns out the guy that made the game was trying to prove a grand experiment of people could exist without human bodies, and the human bodies kind of not important at all because we can call them a virtual reality game and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Be happy. Which is cool and all, but it's not really important. And then the show ends with a very nice dramatic pause moment of the main character and going off to meet the girl he's married and fell in love with and adopted a child with in the game and stuff like that. As they wake up in the hospital. Which is all nice and cute and blah, blah, blah.
And then an alien pops out of her chest.
You know, I'd have liked that more than the second season. And I don't know how much anime you watch, David, but are you familiar with Zero to Incest?
In 60 seconds?
That's just the concept of Zero to Incest.
You've told me about this the other night, actually.
Okay, so some shows have this issue where they introduce a female younger sibling, or in some cases a female older sibling. Rarely is the older sibling, though, where they have an uncomfortable friendship of some kind.
I have not watched this kind of anime.
And it's always justified, like, the age gap is so large, they think of the older brother's more of a man than a sibling or something
what
weird.
What shows are these? I watch Cowboy Bebop. I don't...
You're not Cowboy Bebop, but
no.
Lots of shows that have, like, quirky romance stuff have it in there.
No, don't know what you're talking about.
It's weird. It's messed up. Don't think too much on it. You'll
Neon Genesis Evangelion?
Kind of does, actually.
Does it really?
Well, because, I guess, spoilers again. What's her name? The white girl, the pale albino chick that's the clone. That's Shinji's mom!
It is?
Yeah, that's a clone of Shinji's mom.
I thought I've watched the whole thing.
That's a clone of Shinji's mom, which means that show goes Zero to Incest in about 6 or 7 episodes.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't know that.
But in that show, I'm not going to justify incest as an acceptable dating or marital practice. But that show, it's a clone, and he doesn't know better and stuff like that. The second season of Sword Art Online has the younger sister character. The brother's been out of the hospital for all of like 3 months or something like that. They're outside.
Wait, this is an anime?
This is an anime.
Oh.
Opening scene of the show goes, I've been practicing kendo, and I've also been practicing something else, but you'll find out about that later in the most flirty tone possible. And if you're me, you sit there and go, did this show just get really dark? And then I think, like...
So did this channel. Jesus. Kill some aliens, Charlie.
I'm working on it.
Kill some aliens.
We haven't even gotten to the worst part yet, which is also my favorite part.
The part of this game?
No, of the show.
Oh.
Of the second season.
You bleeding alien bastard.
Weird point. This game is not actually that much harder or easier if it's on hard or easy.
It's a very astute observation, Charlie.
This game is terrible.
Wait a minute. Where are we going to start out again? Are we going to be near the...
Why are you asking the question?
I'm trying.
You know where we start every single time.
I'm not thinking too hard about it. I just figure if I think about it enough, it'll change reality.
Yeah. So Sword Art Online.
Watch your head ceiling? Nope.
Yeah, I'm safe. Except for the one that pops up here. You've played a level too many times when you know where the surprises are.
The side of yours says replica. The side of mine says Desert Eagle.
Remember that time Ripley killed an alien with a Desert Eagle?
No. Oh,
exactly. Cause you couldn't. I don't have space for it.
You don't have space for it? Oh. Can't you just strap it to your ankle or something?
You know, I've never quite gotten it. It's like, I obviously have pockets. In a universe overrun with aliens...
I would find more room for ammo.
Yeah. Or at least with the show, it's like if Dante got to the ninth circle of hell and there was an elevator.
And then
marked, shit gets worse from here, Dante. And it's like, I've already been to 9 circles of hell. This is plenty of hell explored. You know he'd be curious to see where the elevator went still. Wouldn't you?
Well, if I've got my guide with me, if I've got Virgil, I think we're fine.
My point is more like, you want to know where it goes. You're not going to get stuck in hell. You want to know what the elevator marked, this is where stuff gets bad, takes you.
Wait, you just clocked him over the head and he died.
Yeah. Remember when Ripley meleeed an alien to death?
Oh, that was the best part of Aliens. I should really rewatch that. I've been meaning to for a long time.
And for those people that say she did it in a mecha, no, she beat its ass with a mecha. That's different.
Mm-hmm. Diddly-die. So Sega, Gearbox, and 4 other studios. Eight other studios.
A bunch of other studios made this piece of shit. And so Gearbox claims the time frame they were giving it in, they couldn't accomplish the project because Sega was insane and wanted it done too fast. Sega's now claiming that Gearbox stole all the money and threw awesome, crazy sex parties. My words, not theirs, but that's kind of the implication of the press releases.
I didn't know press releases could imply crazy wild sex parties.
They're implying they stole the money, and Randy Pitchford's insane, so I'm implying he had wild, crazy sex parties with the money.
I'll bet that's what none of it happened. I'll bet it was just all bureaucracy, and now they're making shit up.
Well, so...
That's my guess.
No, I totally agree. And the story I heard, at least, was, and I believed, was... The moment you have as many developers working on the same game as this one, it's gonna get bad. Like, and it wasn't like they were building, one built the graphics engine. No, it was like one built this level, and then the next built the next level, and then they had to stitch them all together with like shoddy AI from version to version.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not gonna get to it, I don't think, but there's a part of the game where you start fighting Weyland-Yutani mercenaries, not aliens.
Well, I could see getting a little tired of the same aliens over and over.
Then maybe the game shouldn't be long enough you get tired of aliens. Remember when Ripley fought all those Weyland-Yutani mercenaries and aliens?
Yeah, that was really... Okay, wait. That part could have been shot a little better. I felt the cinematics were maybe not as tight as they could have been, but in general, I liked it.
Remember how it was what we were watching the movie to see? Ripley fight human enemies, not aliens?
You know, I think the movie was called Aliens, and then in tiny little print...
And a couple humans.
Exactly. Something like
4 or 5 human enemies for good measure.
Yeah, they probably cut that out of the title. It gets chopped off in IMDb.
You gotta run this stuff by me before you speaking crazy!
What? This is the best scripting. Script harder! 8 little studios bouncing on the game. One fell off and lost its funding. Oh, get him. Then they called Sega, and Sega said, no more developers jumping on the game.
Marines who stick together have the highest chance of survival.
You know, when they stick to the walls, they die pretty fast in this game.
They might live longer, though, technically.
Technically, yeah. Wait, do we have to go back to... No.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. Oh, you had me scared there for a second there, Charlie.
Yeah, me too. We're in the room!
And now we're not in the room. Aww.
Why do I do this to us?
Shame.
Why do I do this to us?
Shame.
What did we do in a past life that requires us to play games like this?
You know, I'd like to think it's probably a Buddhist thing. It's karma.
Were we good people and we're taken to a new level of suffering there to reach enlightenment, or were we bad
people and we're moving
restarting the
down?
wheel? Yeah.
Are we getting lower on the wheel? Lower? Sideways? How does one move on a wheel?
Where does YouTube producer fall in conjunction to like fly.
This is going surprisingly
Don't
well.
jinx it.
Oh, shit.
I'll shit in my breakfast. Everybody hang on to something!
Shit in my breakfast. I'm gonna have to use that sometime soon. I'm looking forward to that. Well, shit in my breakfast. It sounds kind of like a southern term.
Remember when the focus of aliens was killing humans?
Yeah, I remember that time. Yeah, it's the whole movie because that's what the aliens do is
No,
they
I don't mean
kill
from the
humans.
alien perspective.
Oh, you don't?
I mean from the human perspective.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. That part was real good.
Well, I can totally believe that Randy Pitchford is the kind of person who might steal a bunch of money from Sega because
He wanted to have coke parties and sex?
yeah, because he's Randy Pitchford and Randy Pitchford's insane. This game, Sega, this game should have never been released. Someone at your office obviously played this and was like, sure, whatever, we spent too much money, put it in a box.
Oh, normally I would be horrified by that, but that was hilarious.
Nothing funnier will happen than that. This recording is over.